Hi, I'm Nate Gilbert, attorney in San Antonio, Texas, and I want to answer a question today that I get a lot when people call is, do you need an attorney to start a business in Texas? And the answer is no. You are not required to have an attorney help you start your business in San Antonio. You don't need an attorney to file the paperwork with Secretary of State. You don't need an attorney to draft your operating agreement. And you don't need an attorney to go help you open your bank account and get your employer identification number from the IRS. That's how you're starting your business, and you do not need an attorney to do that. Now, I'm an attorney. I help people start businesses. My advice is always going to be that yes, you should use an attorney when you're starting your business, but it's not required. You should use an attorney to start your business that does business startup or LLC formations because they've been there before. Okay, we've done this several times. We kind of know the questions to ask and how to get to the particular answers that we need because we've done it several times. So whether that's me or another business attorney, we know how to do this. We've been there before. It's kind of like if you were setting up an event and you needed some guy on a motorcycle to jump over 4 buses. Is it going to be easier for you to learn how to do that and figure out how to do it having never done it before, or hire the guy that does, recreational motorcycle jumps for a living? It's one thing to do it yourself. It's a whole nother to hire somebody else to do it for them. I think that's a really good example because sure, you could probably learn how to jump over 4 buses on a motorcycle, but it's going to take you a lot longer than the guy who can just show up and do it. And it's a decision you're going to have to make on your own. If someone calls and says, do I need to hire you? Well, the answer is no. But I'm going to always say that you should, because it's vital to understand certain things. A lot of times I get calls from folks that have filed either as a PLLC or a Series LLC thinking that they filed it correctly. And I have to be the bearer of bad news that says, hey, this was actually done incorrectly. We got to start over. We've got to, alter the certificate of formation. We have to dissolve this particular company before we can move on and do it right. Or the operating agreement that's been in place and signed by the members is wrong. Or worse yet, they've been operating this company according to this operating agreement, but they've missed a few things. So they haven't had the required meetings. I've had guys call and say, we've had this company for 10 years. And I say, well, let me see your operating agreement. And the operating agreement talks about required quarterly meetings of all the members where financials are reported for that quarter. I say, well, have you done any of this? Well, no, we haven't done any of that. Well, okay, we need to go back and figure out how we're going to make that happen and happen in the future, because you need to be in compliance with this operating agreement. And 9 times out of 10, those are not drafted by an attorney. It's somebody else, a cousin, a friend, whoever it was, gave them an operating agreement. And they just implemented it, signed it without reading and understanding what they were signing. So it's like any other contract. Don't sign what you haven't read or understand. Hire an attorney. Have them figure it out for you and put the liability on them to read that contract, make sure it's understood, and everybody signing it understands what they're signing. So the answer to the question, do you need an attorney? No. Should you have one? Yes, that's always going to be a recommendation.